No doubt how British we are and what our wish to retain our links with the UK. However, the Argentine government tried to make the international community believe that we are actually kept in the islands against our will and we're just an implanted population. So we hope that this referendum will put that theory to bed once and for all.
What sort of result would you expect to see?
I would think a very high one. No one who's ever stood on anything other than retaining links with Britain has ever been elected in the islands. I've never heard anybody in the islands say that they wish to have any other status, so I'd be very surprised if the results weren't very high indeed.
I know you had a poll back in the mid-1980s and 94.5% of people, of those who took part, supported staying British. A referendum held in Gibraltar, 98.5% in 2002. But why do islanders want to stay part of the UK? They are nearly 8,000 miles away.
Yes, we are, but the distance is irrelevant, really. It's how we feel, and most of the population have very strong links with the UK. Ninth-generation islanders from families that originally went out to settle in the islands all that time ago. And the islands are an incredibly British place. So, you know, it's very obvious when you're there just how British the feeling is.
The Argentine president will make her case to the United Nations later on this week, attending a UN committee on decolonisation. Do you feel seriously threatened by Argentina's current stance? Do you fear that it might gain momentum and traction amongst other nations?
Well, that's the trouble, is because they do try to spread the myth of their version of our history and of the population, that we feel that by doing this undertaking this referendum that we can try and make sure that people really understand what islanders feel and what we want.
What's your feeling on the timing of Argentina's position and indeed the cause of this, the oil exploration, domestic politics in Argentina? What do you think is behind it?
I think they add to it. I think they use them as an excuse to keep the islands issue on the table. But we want nothing more than neighbourly relations with them and to sit down and discuss issues of common interest. But our sovereignty is not for discussion.
What impact has their position already had on you? For example, we know that getting fresh produce into the supermarkets on the Falklands is proving trickier, for example.
Yes, it has had some effect, but we're resilient, we're resourceful, and we find ways around. I mean, I wish we didn't have to. I wish we could have easier trading links with the mainland, but if their current position maintains, we have to find a way around it.